Hi, Shae Russell here, editor of the Daily Reckoning Australia. And I thought we'd have a quick chat today about gold, but price in Aussie dollars and where it might be going to from here. Now, normally when I talk about gold, I'm always talking about in US dollar terms. Now, the reason for that is the US dollar is pretty much the epicenter of the monetary system. And when you're trying to work out if a country is strong or weak, we generally compare it to the value of the US dollar. Same goes with gold. When you're comparing gold in US dollars, you're trying to gauge the strength of the local currency, so the US dollar, and also it gives you an idea of how much stress there is in the financial system. But as for where gold is going in Aussie dollars, I haven't really sort of touched on. Now, a lot of people might not know this, but gold in Aussie dollar terms is actually nearing its all-time highs that it reached during the financial crisis. Now, obviously during the financial crisis, this was one of those very weird periods of time when the Aussie dollar was incredibly strong against the US, and one Aussie dollar could get you $1.10 in US dollars. It was very confusing for people who are in currency markets. We're not used to seeing the Aussie dollar being the stronger one of the two. As a result, during the financial crisis, the Aussie dollar peaked at around 1780, which is in contrast to the US dollar, where gold peaked around just under 1900. So it's kind of weird when you're looking at the charts in Aussie dollars to realise that gold price in Aussie dollars really isn't that far from reaching those peaks once more. However, I'm starting to wonder if gold in Aussie dollar terms isn't going to move past those highs it set in the financial crisis. And the reason for this is those highs aren't that far away. As I said, they're about $100 from today's price of $16.80. But the reason for this is I actually suspect the Aussie dollar might get a little bit weaker towards the end of the year. So as of today, I think the Aussie dollar is trading at about 71 cents to the US dollar. However, what we've got coming up is we've got the Federal Reserve raising rates, and the CME Fed Watch tool actually predict 2 rate rises from the Feds this year. Now, I think it's like 95% likelihood that they're going to raise rates at the September meeting 2 weeks away from here. And the CME Fed Watch tool also thinks that they're going to raise rates again at December, or at least they're putting a 77% chance on it. Now, those 2 rate hikes will mean that the Federal Reserve funds rate is significantly higher than the RBA cash rate, which is still at 1.5% and probably will be for the next year or so. I honestly believe that should these rate rises from the Fed come through, it's going to weaken the Aussie dollar, and the upside of that will be that we're going to see the Aussie dollar break past those financial crisis highs. How long it remains above those financial crisis highs, though, I don't know, but I honestly reckon we get ready to see a strong gold price rally in Aussie dollar terms. That's all from me. I'll be back next week with more.